Welcome guys to the official launch of National Careers Week. We are so excited for the lineup ahead. Our theme for this year is skilling, upskilling and reskilling. And these will include think tanks, which are international and rural, skills competitions, skills debates and masterclasses. It's a time where the entire country sets aside 1 week dedicated to career development. In studio with us today, I have my two co-presenters, Ms. Valentine Mochwene and Mr. Fumani Kosa. Thank you guys for being here today. You're a new mom, hey? Your baby boy is 5 months?
Yes.
And you know, in the working world and in a world where all we do is empower women to reach for more, how has it impacted your career? You know, do you stay at home and work from home? I know there's a lot of online opportunities and I see a lot of mom blogging coming along on social media where people partner with other brands, paid partnerships, promotions and marketing. That has taken off as a career on its own. But for the mom that's in, you know, a field of accounting or administration, how does that person now take, you know, motherhood and still combine it with making her career work?
Thank you, Payel. Yes, I just recently gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. I just say it changed my perception about the world, especially as a mom. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. So not only in providing them with basic needs, but looking at things such as his career, like when he grows up in South Africa, how am I going to be able to assist him to realize his full potential? So I'll just say, coming here to Durban, to the studio, I was joking with my parents that, you know what, I'm actually doing the take a child to work. So he's starting at 5 months to actually knowing about what his mom does. So taking that into our theme at our National Careers Week, I'd say that the whole process will help me to see how is my career going to empower him as a young man, as well as the kind of environment that I'll be exposing him to. And with what you just mentioned about the new moms and the world of work and opportunities that are available, I'm lucky enough that I'll be able to work from home, which means that I'm able to spend time with my son, as well as being able to pursue my passion. So it's more of being innovative. This time, all this new norm is teaching us to be very innovative. We've got so much support, especially online support. But I would say for a young mom who's staying at home, you could actually use support such as us, maybe selling things and shipping them online while you are able to take care of your child. And also there are services that you can actually also incorporate with your work. For instances, you could find there are other women within your community who are also staying at home mom, and maybe you'll have like a days where you alternate with babysitting and the other one will be running errands or doing whatever. Then you're able to support each other while pursuing careers. So things are not longer like in our like with our mother's times and our grandmother's times. So now it's more of innovative and also moving within the fourth industrial revolution, where you rely more on technology to have things done.
Absolutely, and I love that you use the word innovation because I think it ties in so well with our theme of skilling, upskilling and reskilling. You know, whether you are a student and whether you're already established in the working world, there's always something new to learn. And COVID-19 has taught us that there's nothing you can't do without technology. There's so much to be learned from online, and you've got to be able to adapt and stay relevant with the constant change of the working world. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. A question that I have for you is, you know, what are some of the challenges that you have faced through working from home? I know it's tough to be a new mom and juggle a little baby boy. There are quite a lot of challenges I know that you have faced. So what has been your challenges, and how have you been motivated to move past it?
I'm just so thankful that I've got the support of my family. I'm still at home until the end of this month. I'll be moving. That support that I have, where, like, there are days when a child just wouldn't stop crying. So during those days, I'll have someone who will be able to take care of my child. So it's more to do with support and being innovative.
Thank you so much, Valentine. That was a really insightful conversation to have. Up next, I'll be speaking to Fumani, and he's going to be telling us a bit more about how he feels about Careers Week, how is it going to benefit us, and what else is going on surrounding Careers Week. Hi, Fumani. So, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks, and how are you?
Good, thank you. So, tell me a bit more about Careers Week.
Yeah, so what Careers Week means for me, it means going out there, assisting people about their careers or what they're passionate about. So for someone like me who grew up in a rural community where we were not exposed to a lot of careers, so I would say we're mostly exposed to big 5 careers. So now is that time to turn things around, let young people from the rural communities know about all the careers that they can be able to choose from. Yeah. What Careers Week means for me, it means going out there assisting young adults from the rural communities about what they're passionate about, actually finding out about the careers that are out there. For someone who grew up in a rural community like me, we're not exposed to the careers that are out there. So we're mostly exposed to the big 5 careers.
I understand that you have a very unique and an inspiring story too to tell us, and I'm sure our viewers will appreciate hearing about it.
Yes, the story is, as I've said, like, I grew up from the rural community, and growing up it was not easy. So I had to change careers as time goes by. At first I wanted to be a pilot, and then when time goes by, I've noticed that I was not really good when it comes to maths. So as time goes by, I changed to be a detective. So I wanted to be a private investigator. And as time goes by, I as well changed to be a TV presenter because I used to watch this show called Hectic 99, and I was impressed of the people that were presenting there, and I was like, I fell in love with the program, and I was like, you know what, I see myself there, this is what I want to do. All right, and then time went and so on and so on. So it happens that I found out about the organization that I work for, which is Good Luck Foundation, and that's where they gave me skills, and actually that's where I've realized who am I and what is it that I want to do, which was assisting young adults from the rural communities. When I got there, I had attitude. I was not a good student, I don't want to lie. I was a headache to my facilitators or the people that were assisting me. But there's this one lady who called me into order, and she advised me of the behavior that I was bringing into the organization or in the classroom. I was an influencer, so I could influence some of the classmates not to come to school or not to answer facilitators when they were asking questions. So which to me it was not a good thing, but growing up I felt like, yeah, you know what, I know what I want and this is what I want to do. While actually you don't know what is it that you want to do, but if you give people a chance to assist you, that's where you're going to realize who you are and what you are best good at. So that's the story that I want to share, and that made me to realize that like, you won't know everything as a person. You need to ask for help or lend for help to other people who need it.
So that is really wonderful to hear. With National Careers Week coming up, there's a lot of government projects that we have planned where we're going to focus on, you know, upskilling and reskilling people that are already in the working world, where they need to develop their skills because of, you know, the environment they're working in constantly changing. We need to change too, so that we're not left behind. And yeah, I think it's awesome that I've heard a lot of think tanks that are in development stage where that's going to be implemented in schools, high schools, universities, and even in workspaces. So Yeah, it's an exciting time for our country because career development, Careers Week is something that we really need to push for all sectors, not just students, not just schools, but even in working environments. Speaking about passion, we have a really cool video surrounding passion for you, so let's get into that.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patwani Dr. Mudavu. I'm representing Mesita. Mesita is one of the 21 seaters. Our SITA focus on the manufacturing, engineering, and related services. Today is not about myself or the Mesita. It's about Ms. Charmaine Fakude, a young lady who recently qualified as a motor mechanic.
Today, we're at the Imperial Technical Training Academy in Germiston, Johannesburg. We're going to be speaking to Charmaine Fakude, a Level 3 motor mechanic apprentice. She's going to be showing us around her workshop and telling us a bit more about why she's so passionate about this career.
So this is where the learning happens. We have engines.
Really complicated. Are these for bigger vehicles?
Yes, they're not as complicated as they look. Growing up, I was a child that just liked playing with boys, and I have two brothers, and I'm the only girl. And so I think that shaped the person that I grew to become, in that I just felt that everything that a boy could do, I could do. So I just went for it. I've always been curious about the magic behind the way things work. And so the dismantling and assembly of components and the learning that comes with the process, and basically the fulfillment that comes with getting a problem fixed, that's what drew me in. So this is a block, part of an engine. This is an oil filter, so it filters the fine particles that might be in the oil, so the oil is clean by the time it gets to lubricating all these components inside the engine. You wouldn't have to move it. No, physically, it is draining in a way, but because there are resources in the workshop and there are people that are always willing to assist, it becomes easier. The guys in the workshop are usually very helpful. They're always willing to assist and give you advices and tips on how to do it differently to make it easy for yourself as a woman. Being in a male-dominated industry is challenging, mentally and physically. But mentally, it's an exciting kind of challenge in that it forces you constantly to move out of your comfort zone, and that you have to think harder and try new approaches to different problems. And so you never stop growing. So that's the beauty of it, is that you're constantly learning and you're constantly growing. The advice that I'd give to young women wanting to pursue a career in this field is go for it. You just need to have the love for cars. You need to be passionate. You need to have a love for learning, because we are constantly learning and evolving, and there's constantly new information coming in. Lastly, you need to be resilient, because we're still trying to unlearn the stereotypes that society has taught us of saying women can do this and cannot do this. So you need to be strong mentally and physically to make it in this industry. It's important to break the mold, because we need to give young girls better, stronger role models. We need to assure them that their dreams are valid and that they are achievable, and that with the right attitude, the right amount of dedication and ambition, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve in life, and that your gender says nothing about how far you can go. I think it is our role to give women a better place in the society and to break the stereotypes and to redefine perspectives. My name is Charmaine Fakude. I'm a motor mechanic, and if I can do it, then you can do it. Go for your dreams.
Hi guys, thank you so much and welcome back. Up next we have Miss Jan Ellis, all the way from UK. She's going to be telling us a bit more about the importance of Careers Week and more about think tanks.
Thank you for inviting me to present at the first of your National Careers Week activities. I'm delighted to be here. My name is Jan Ellis and I'm the Chief Executive of the Career Development Institute in the UK. I want to talk about two things, a little bit about National Careers Week and then another big idea, our International Careers Think Tank idea. But first of all, just to share with you some thoughts about National Careers Week. It's a fantastic opportunity to highlight career guidance activities, whether you work in a school, a college, or part of a community. You could justifiably say, why are we having just 1 week to focus on careers? Shouldn't we be doing this all the time? And the answer is, well, yes, we should. But the reality is we're all very busy people, and it's sometimes difficult to get curriculum time in schools and colleges to focus on careers activities. So what better way of doing that than to identify just 1 week out of 52 when we're really going to focus on career guidance activities. These activities can take lots of different shapes and forms, everything from work experience to inviting employers into your schools and colleges to talk about the whole range of jobs and training. There's maximum scope there with you to engage with people in the community, to share information from professionals working in jobs and careers with young people, to give them a clear idea of what it is to do those jobs and careers. So when they get out there in the big wide world, they've got a clearer idea of the options open to them, which will help them to get their own careers on track. And thinking big is at the heart of the second topic I want to talk about with you today. I want to introduce a new concept, that of the International Careers Think Tank. Now, technology has really helped us in recent years. Certainly, it's been a focus within my own institute in the UK. We have a digital strategy, which is about encouraging career development professionals to work increasingly digitally. And working digitally has really helped us, particularly in the last 12 months when many of us have been confined to our homes. And the only way we can communicate is through Zoom and sessions like this. And that's what helped us to put together this big idea for working together internationally. And several professional bodies working in the career space, including South Africa, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, came together and came up with the idea of establishing an international careers think tank so that all practitioners in those countries and other countries as well can come together and talk about career ideas and within our own profession that are important to us. Let's explain a bit about how this is going to work. The idea is quite simple. Each activity that we get involved with through the think tank, and we envisage perhaps 3 or 4 sessions each year, will comprise a panel of keynote speakers who will be talking about ideas and issues which are important to all of us as career practitioners. And as part of these 1-hour sessions, there will be opportunity for debate and asking questions of these career thought leaders. So it's going to be a really important way of engaging with people who are experts in our field and opening up that discussion to people like you and me, who are but humble career practitioners and careers advisors in our own rights. So look out for these sessions. They are going to be recorded. So depending on where you live time zone wise, it might be that you listen to the original session or you actually pick up on a recording later. But the International Think Tank is essentially there for you as a career practitioner to learn more about the issues that are important to all of us, but from different perspectives around the globe. And we're hoping that it will develop as a way for career development practitioners to improve on their own professional development and keep that up to date as well. So we're hoping the first think tank session, the first panel, will take place in June this year, and then thereafter we'll be running every 2 or 3 months. There'll be another panel opportunity which we will advertise through the professional bodies in each of the international countries who are working with us. So look out for these as they're promoted, and we hope that everybody out there will be taking part in those discussion sessions. It only remains for me to say, have a really great National Careers Week, and I hope to meet you again as part of one of our International Careers Think Tank panels. Goodbye from me in the UK.
So thank you so much for that, Jan. Up next, we have some important messages from our key departments. That includes the Department of Basic Education, the Department of Employment and Labour, and the Department of Higher Education, Science and Innovation.
Every week, it's so important for me, must be a careers week. But it's for me important to have one week that highlights the importance of career decision making, to put it on the agenda of stakeholders and show also that a lot of stakeholders are working together, because career decisions is not a one-man show. It is important that people can see it, and also that we as government put this on the national agenda of the country so that it has got equal value like the AIDS week and other weeks that we are doing. And that's for me very important, the importance of career development and career decision making.
A great initiative indeed. We're looking forward to the National Careers Week, because through that at least will be a short of a week where the focus will be on career development. Mainly it will be to share career information, to share information on current and up-to-date issues, and also to ensure that our learners are prepared adequately, for example, for campaigns like your Apply Now and all other important dates that appears in the career development calendar.
You know, this is such an exciting initiative. Even though we have a lot of organizations that provide career information or having career exhibitions, these services are normally centralized in cities or in bigger towns. Even if a person does not find what he or she was looking for at the National Careers Week, they should at least leave there knowing where to do their research and where to find reliable information. I think this National Careers Week have the potential to become the main event on our National Careers calendar.
Thank you so much for that. We have a very special message from Dr. Blade Nzimande, Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation. But before we go into that, we would like to kick off just another conversation with our co-hosts before we wrap up today.
Thank you very much, Valentine. So from the various master classes we will have, which one would you like to learn more from?
Oh, for mine that's a very hard question to answer, because we've got various exciting master classes from different sectors. But I'll just, if I have to pick one, I'll say the food and bev will come on top of my list, because of who doesn't want to eat. So there are just different skills that I'll be learning during the master classes. Yeah, just food for thought.
Yeah, thank you very much.
My name is Dr. Blade Nzimande, the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation in South Africa. Let me take this opportunity to thank the South African Career Development Association, SACTA, for the opportunity to share my goodwill message with all the prospective students who will be entering or those who are already in the post-school education and training system. Today, I want to talk to you about choosing a career. Choosing a career is one of the most important decisions you will possibly make in your life. It is about so much more than deciding what you will do to make a living. To start with, think about the amount of time we spend at work. We are on the job approximately 71% of every year. Over our lifetimes, this comes to roughly 31.5 years out of about 45 years most of us spend working. from the beginning of our careers until retirement. The importance of selecting a career with which we are satisfied cannot be overemphasized. While some people are lucky enough to just know what they want to do and end up in satisfying careers without giving it much thought, most of us are not. Many people don't put enough effort into choosing occupations or pick them for the wrong reasons. Maybe they choose careers that seem secure or pay well. Then they end up unhappy. The best way to make sure that it doesn't happen to you is to make a well thought out decision. The career planning process has 4 steps. Step 1, knowing yourself, which means you must know your skills, your likes and dislikes, as well as your values. Step 2, finding out, which means exploring what is out there. Step 3, making decisions, which means comparing options. Step 4, taking action, which means finally working towards your goals. Always remember that career planning is an ongoing process that can help you manage your learning and development. You can use the 4-step planning process whether you are at school, at college, at university, an adult returning to education or adding on skills, or an adult changing job or career. I therefore wish you well in your choice of a career and a better life ahead. Remember, 2021 is the year to skill, upskill and reskill. Thank you very much.